once again, the internet is missing the real story behind this Batgirl nonsense. Hey, it's Andre, and in case you haven't heard, the geeky internet is going all ablaze after the report came out that the Batgirl movie that was supposed to come out on HBO Max has supposedly been shelved, even though the movie is pretty much done and had a budget of around $70 to $90 million. And there's all these reports as well as speculations of why this has happened. If it's not being released because they think it's bad, I can't go with that. Y'all released that first Suicide Squad. Y'all released Tom and Jerry. No, I'm not gonna make fun of Tom and Jerry. They gave me Jerry sitting in the bathtub listening to Jodeci. That's gonna be forever ingrained in my head, and I will always appreciate that. Come and talk to me.
Listen here, punk. When I gotta check.
There are some people who think this is part of the possible DC reset, and there's even reports that this might be a tax write-off thing because since they were able to change hands when Warner Brothers became Warner Brothers Discovery, that any projects before that merger might be able to be written off of it. It doesn't make any profit for taxes. Wow, really giving a break to the big corporations there. Thank you. I know they were struggling. Regardless, it just must suck if you worked on this thing. Like, it must feel bad for Batgirl herself. Leslie Grace, she's just like, I'm gonna be Batgirl. I can't wait for y'all to see this movie. Brendan Fraser was in it? You gonna do Brendan Fraser dirty like that? It's messed up. But seriously, man, DC does digital stuff all the time. Straight this video, DVD, digital stuff. So why not just do this with this? Just say that this is a continuation of the old Batman movies. Since Michael Keaton is supposedly in this, just do some changes, send it direct to digital, no matter how good or bad it is, and then by the time it's out and you've moved on with new DC stuff, we ain't gonna be thinking about it. It's gonna be like, whatever, yeah, that was a Batgirl movie that came out a couple years ago. I forgot it already, because maybe there's a new Superman movie or something that you go, okay, that's what we care about now. DC also releases all those animated movies. This is what you should do. You just put a filter on the movie, one of those like Instagram filters that makes your face look like a cartoon. Do that for the entire movie and then just say it's an animated movie. And so, of course, all the DC discourse and Marvel versus DC discourse and everything about this, trying to figure out what this means for Warner Brothers, for DC Universe, for Batgirl. But while everybody's up in arms about this Batgirl movie being canned, we are missing the real problem, the true victim of this entire situation. Scoob Holiday Hunt also got canned. Scooby-doo, where are you? Not on HBO Max, apparently. You remember that movie Scoob that came out during the panorama on our theaters and our phones? They were making a prequel/sequel to that movie called Scoob Holiday Hunt. It was going to be exclusively on HBO Max. You remember that scene in Scoob, if you saw it, which I'm sure some of you didn't, but there was a scene in the movie where we got to see the whole Scooby gang as kids and they solved technically their first mystery. So this was going to take place during that era of time and it was going to happen during the holidays. I actually have the synopsis, because it's important. You got to hear the synopsis. To celebrate Scooby-Doo's first Christmas, 10-year-old Shaggy and the gang take him to a holiday-themed resort owned by Fred's Uncle Ned. Like when the park is beset by a ghostly haunting, the kids must solve like a 40-year-old mystery to save the resort and show Scooby the true meaning of Christmas, man. And this was gonna have Frank Welker, of course, doing the voice of Scoob. Young Sheldon and Homegirl from Ghostbusters Afterlife, they were voices in it. They also had Mark Hamill, Michael McKean, Andre Bauer, Ming Na Wen. How do you shelve this? That's an all-star cast right there. And just like Batgirl, the directors and people that worked on this movie are like tweeting and Instagramming going, it's pretty much finished. A full Scoob holiday movie is pretty much done, and HBO Max is like, nah, taxes. Say what you will about Batgirl. I will give them the benefit of the doubt if they're like, we trying to reset and do DC right because we got to catch up to the 50 Marvel releases that got announced at Comic-Con. But the Scoob cancellation makes absolutely no sense, especially if it's almost done. Warner Brothers releases a Scooby-Doo animated movie to DVD like every week. Like, there have been 15 19 Scooby-Doo movies, I swear, that came out this year alone. There's like 20 different Scooby-Doo shows on right now. One looks like Family Guy. The other one has Weird Al Yankovic as a guest star and Penn and Teller and Kenan Thompson. I swear that's a real show. Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, that's the one I'm talking about. You guys have had animated Scoobies, CG Scoobies, live action Scoobies, Lego Scoobies, puppet Scoobies. There has been a version of Scooby-Doo available since 1969. Take your pick. Scooby-Doo, where are you? Scooby-Doo movies. Scooby and Scrappy-Doo, 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, Pup Named Scooby-Doo, Mystery Incorporated, Be Cool Scooby-Doo, What's New Scooby-Doo, Scooby and Shaggy Get a Clue, The Boo Brothers, The School, The Reluctant Werewolf, Zombie Island, Witch's Ghost, Cyber Chase, Alien Invaders, Kiss. So is Scoob Holiday Haunt really messing up the Scoobyverse? And it's animated. Everybody knows that animated movies, regardless of how bad they are, still make money. I mean, I'm not trying to judge Paws of Fury. I haven't seen it, but they released that in theaters. Really? And Scoob Holiday Haunt ain't even worth the HBO Max? You know the Minions are making fun of you right now, man. I was actually kind of intrigued by this because if you watch my video talking about Scoob, what I thought was the best part of the movie was the part when they were solving their first mystery, because first off, that gave me a Pup Named Scooby-Doo vibes. Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, there's a mystery in town, so call the coolest pup around, go Scooby, a pup named Scooby-Doo. If you bring that back, then you can can this. I like that part because that was the most Scooby-Doo thing in the Scooby-Doo movie. And literally going to a holiday-themed resort to solve a mystery of a ghost there, that is pure Scooby-Doo. And the movie is set during the holidays. Do you not understand how much money Christmas makes? Dude, Rudolph, Frosty the Snowman, The Grinch, they show these every year. They were made decades ago and they still show them. Anything Christmas related, when December comes around, they will show it again. I hear Mariah Carey the moment Thanksgiving ends until December 25th. When Apple bought the whole Charlie Brown Snoopy Peanuts library, they tried to keep a Charlie Brown Christmas for themselves, and the people revolted so much that Apple had to call PBS and be like, hey y'all, can you do us a favor real quick? Can you show a Charlie Brown Christmas real quick before they burn our building down? Cupertino, I'm not even kidding. This past year, this past holiday season, I watched Sonic Christmas Blast. Sonic Christmas Blast. The Pac-Man cartoon came out in the early 80s. It has not been on television for years, except for one episode. Christmas Comes to Pac-Land. Cartoon Network will still on occasion show Christmas Comes to Pac-Land years later. So if Pac-Man can still have his Christmas special shown, you don't think Scoob don't have a chance? You know Freeform gonna want that for part of his 25 Days of Christmas, but now it can't happen because Scoob Holiday Haunt is sitting on a shelf next to Batgirl. That's messed up for Scoob, man! There is money to be made in that dog. Scoob Holiday Haunt deserves justice. Release the Scoob cut. I'm starting the hashtag, release the Scoob cut. Make all the bots you need to. I want release the Scoob cut to be trending. Let's go. Give me my Scoob Holiday Haunt or we riot. We riot at dawn. Oh yeah, and Batgirl too. They should probably do something about that. That's messed up. Scooby-Dooby-Doo!